Let's talk about Uber. You know, when Uber came to the scene, they suddenly made all the medallions worth a fraction of what they were originally worth. There's a concept in the business world, it's called disruption. When somebody comes in and disrupts the entire industry. Disruptors, Steve Jobs, Uber, Amazon. People come in and they just disrupt the entire industry. They come up with a completely revolutionary, a new approach, how to change something and make it 100 times more valuable than it ever was. So until Apple came along, people are looking at their BlackBerry and they're racking their brain. Maybe we can make the buttons nicer, shinier, cleaner. And then Steve Jobs came along and he disrupted, you don't need buttons. Who needs buttons? What do you need buttons for? They disrupt the whole industry. It's called, they kick the apple cart. And the apples go flying. And then they come and they take all of the apples. That's the first kind of disruption. But there's another type of disruption, an even greater level of disruption, where a disruptor has the courage and the ambition and the boldness not only to disrupt the industry, to disrupt their own industry, their own business. So Bezos has an amazing business going. He spent years and years and years building up Amazon. Finally, it's starting to be successful. It's building up after many, many years. He actually had every single book available in the world everywhere. And one of the key people who helped Bezos build up the business is a guy, Steve Kessel. He helps him build up the business. And finally, the business is successful for the first time, and it's solid, and it's running smoothly. And he calls Kessel in, and he says, okay, it's time for the next frontier. We're going to make Kindle. So Kessel says, yeah, I'm in. No, Bezos said, I don't want to hear you're in. You're going to run Kindle. Of course I'm going to run Kindle. I'm at it, I'm on it. No. I fire you from Amazon. You're not going to work for Amazon anymore. You're only going to work for Kindle. I'm going to take someone not as smart, not as talented, not as revolutionary, not as entrepreneurial, and he's going to run Amazon and you're going to do Kindle. So Kessel's upset because the book business for Amazon was a very prestigious job. He had thousands of people reporting to him. He said, I don't understand, I'll do both. You don't trust me to do both? Why can't I do both? So Bezos said, not a chance you're going to do both. If you're going to have 1 foot in Amazon and 1 foot in Kindle, you're not going to be able to bring Kindle to where I need you to bring it. Was heißt, I need you to run Kindle as if you're going to put Amazon out of business. As if Amazon will never sell one more book ever again. Otherwise, you lost both jobs. You're fired from both jobs. The moment you think when you're running Kindle that if in the end of the day it doesn't work out, I'll go back to the books, you'll never bring Kindle to the next level. The point is, Bezos was not only willing to disrupt the industry, he was willing to disrupt his own business. So there's a concept, Bezos said, of someone who comes along and disrupts the industry. So you know what? I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm not going to let someone else cannibalize me. I'm going to cannibalize myself. So Bezos kept both businesses, knowing that there's only one way in this world to try to attempt for what we call explosive growth. And that is, you have to be a disruptor.